Good evening, and welcome to Numpty News, the only bulletin brave enough to stare directly at the swollen backside of modern wealth and shout, "Put that away, you greedy space goblin." Tonight's top story, the world's most over-caffeinated rocket fancier, has officially become the first trillionaire after his space company floated onto stock market like a golden tit in a billionaire punch bowl. An exclusive. Figures so large they look like someone sat on a calculator now suggest the tech tycoon is worth more than the combined contents of several countries, 2 medium-sized moons, and every fiver ever lost down the back of a Weatherspoon's radiator. Shocked readers told Numpty News they felt a bit sick actually, which is the correct medical response to hearing one man now has enough cash to buy Mars, pave it over, and turn it into a premium car park. Right. Let's get to it. We've sent our financial correspondent, Brenda Plong, down to Doncaster, outside a pawnbroker's. She were holding a pasty, looking proper furious. Now, she said somewhat like, if you earned £1 a second, you'd still be counting when your skeleton had fallen through a bus stop. It's like we're all being mugged by a spreadsheet, eh? That's the mood onto street she's giving us.
£1 trillion? That's not money. That's a cry for help, that. If I had that much, I'd buy myself a bungalow, a paddling pool, and then I'd have a sit down before I started acting the goat.
Meanwhile, local man Derek Mingley, male, self-appointed expert in business vibes, claimed this was all perfectly normal, and definitely not the sort of thing that ends with us all paying £19 for a loaf and living in a skip with Wi-Fi. He stood in a retail park, pointing at the sky like a confused pigeon, and insisted the market had spoken.
It's proper aspirational, that. One day, that could well be thee, if your crypto stops whiffing and your cousin finally hands over to extension lead. Keep to faith, lad.
At Dog and Tea Cake Pub, where the nation's greatest minds gather to discuss lager, wind, and whether crisps count as a meal, pub landlady Sandra Clogg, female, warned that no good ever comes from one bloke getting so rich his bank balance starts looking like a phone number for Satan.
If he's got £1 trillion, then he best get stuck in, sorting to village raffles and mending potholes with his own 2 hands. Otherwise, what's the point? It's just swanking about with a load of noughts on a screen.
Right. And then came to final insult. To rocket firm's stock market debut valued to company at such a ludicrous amount, but several city traders reportedly burst into tears, swallowed their little salmon canapes whole, and began whispering to words synergy into their cufflinks. Our man onto pavement, Gary Spudknuckle, male, delivered the verdict of ordinary Britain. You can't, can you? It's bloomin' daft. By the time you've lashed out on a fancy yacht, and a spaceship, and a solid gold loo brush, what's that doing then? Prancing about like a reet smug bastard. It's just chucking cash down drain, innit? So, what have we learned tonight? Simple. While the rest of us are deciding whether to put the heating on or just fight into dark, somewhere out there, a billionaire's fortune has become so grotesquely massive it now needs its own launch pad. This has been Numpty News, where if money can't buy happiness, it can apparently buy several planets and a brass neck to size a Blackpool Tower.